We conducted a trunk or treat event for Halloween. Sergeant, anything to comment about that? I think it went well, and we.
That was before I started, but yes,
Okay.
from what I was told, it was a big success.
Threw quite a bit of candy, so that must have been good. The primary paving on 264 is complete. There will be a final layer probably after Thanksgiving, weather permitting, where they'll raise the sewer lids and the storm sewers. If for some reason they can't get to it till the spring, they'll keep the lids where they are and secure them, but it's finally done, and we don't have to worry about that for another 12 to 15 years, hopefully.
If they don't do that final overlay, is that gonna affect them when they do snow plowing? For those,
Well, again, that's a good question. John and I talked about this too. They will shimmy those and lower them if they don't get to that, but unless it's like below 30 or 40, they'll be able to do it, and it should just take one day. So if they can get a decent day after Thanksgiving, then they'll do it. Yeah, Jurgensen's pretty good at that. So hopefully it'll get done. We'll see the way the temperatures are going this fall, knock on wood. We had the park pre-construction meeting, and Kevin attended along with some other people. Unfortunately, due to shipment delays and project delays, the swing sets and courts are not going to be installed until March, and that again is weather permitting, assuming there's no flood down there. It's kind of hard to install with the flood, but it'll only take about 3 weeks from start to finish, so we're hoping to have that installed and ready to go in early spring. Concerning the levy vote, I've given you some information online, but here's some additional information. Again, there are currently 24 provisional votes out that will be counted by November 18th or 19th, and then we'll have the official results at that point. Some voting facts. Again, there are 2,193 registered voters in the village of Cleves, and only 393 voted this particular vote, and the vote was 199 to 194 against. Just some additional information, the Miami levy passed 55 to 45%, but in Cleves it had the same results, 194 to 197, so about the same results. So that was voted down in Cleves. The park issue was about 52% to 47% for the whole county. In Cleves, it was 124 votes for and 268 votes against. And the Children's Services issue number 1, passed 58 to 42% countywide, but in Cleves it was 125 for and 266 against. So all the levies were voted down in Cleves. A final subject, just for your information, the old Skyline has been leased to a licensed pain clinic through the owner, John Tisch. It's a marijuana medical dispensary that's considered essential services, and it's zoned properly. There'll be more details later, but just some information about it. First of all, we've consulted with the police and the fire and building and other communities licensed by the state. This is the second year, I believe, for the dispensaries. In the first year, they issued a limited amount of license, and the majority were in northern Ohio or central Ohio. This next group, there's going to be like 240 licenses issued in southern and central Ohio, so there'll be quite a few more of these. The average age of a patient is 59 years old, so again, it's not like a hash house or anything. This is a locked facility that will be secured. There'll be 20 to 25 people that will be employed. You have to show a Ohio license, medical marijuana license, to even get in the building, and you have to have a prescription. So they will take them to the dispensary area, they'll get their medical marijuana, and then they'll leave the area. So Columbia Township currently has the closest clinic, and they've had no problems at all, so we don't expect any of that. They will come before the planning commission so we can talk about signage, and we wanna obviously downplay the whole clinic, but it's technically considered a health clinic, so we're hoping I'll have more information for you about that. And then finally, I guess we need a consensus as to whether we're going to put the, should it fail, should we put the initiative back on the May election, and in which case we would need to start the legislation in December. But I can let you know, obviously, at that point, and then if there's interest to put it on in May, we will talk about the next steps at that point. And I think that's all I have.
Briefly on that, is that if we have to introduce legislation before we actually know the results.
Yeah, I don't think we will, Kevin, yeah. I
Well,
mean,
I'm getting mixed up. I'm hearing
Okay.
November 18th and
November
December
18th,
That's
yeah.
the certification.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then December 9th is when we would need
Okay.
to
I heard
ask
December
for,
18th one
yeah,
time.
yeah. And that doesn't automatically mean that we put it on, but that's the first step. So if you remember right, there's like a two-step process, and then it has to be there 90 days before the election, which is in May, so,
February 2nd is the filing deadline.
yeah, February 2nd. So.
So we have to send the notice to the Board of Elections, get the amount, and then have, then decide if we're gonna put it on. So we would have to do that first request of the, like I said, Board of Elections. So we'd have to do that in December. So, but that doesn't mean you're gonna put it on, it just means you're asking them to certify the amount.
So between that date and the first finance committee of the year, we can make some decisions at that point and then pass them on and discuss it among the whole council. That's all I have.
Okay. With the, just to understand it a skosh better, with what we've lost with, if this levy fails, what we've lost is gonna show up in the first payment in those quasi-semi-annual payments, say in May. That number will be the one that's the first to be decreased.
There's a year collection delay, right,
Correct.
Jim? So we would receive
2021.
2021 monies in 2022. Both first and second half, is that correct?
I believe
So
so, yeah.
the lag would be starting in 2023 if it didn't pass. So yeah, we'll get the money that's owed to us in 2022 from 2021.